Hello everyone, welcome to mentorbuddy.com. This is your mentor Gurvansh, and today we are going to see a live COVID visualization project. So guys, in this project we are going to work mainly on two data sets. One is the data set containing the dates, the state names and the amount values for the confirmed cases of COVID in India, deaths occurred, new cases and so on. And the second data contains the longitude and latitude of the states and union territories of India. Now guys, this project mainly focuses on the visualization part, like how can we visualize different aspects of a data science project. Now guys, as usual we are going to start by importing the libraries. So here I am importing the pandas library, matplotlib, numpy, seaborn, folium libraries. Now guys, here you might have seen the previous libraries like pandas, matplotlib, numpy, seaborn, but folium is a new library which is used to draw maps of any country or city on the Python programming screen. Now we are going to specially see about folium also. Using folium is not that difficult, so let's get continue with the project. Now guys, as usual, after importing the libraries, our next job is to import the dataset. Now the dataset I have stored it is with my own name, India COVID.csv. Here we have done some very small pre-processing, like removing the dash signs. In Excel itself you can do that pre-processing. So once the dataset is involved, you can see over here in this dataset we have some NaN values are still remaining in the dataset, and the dataset have around 9 columns with 4235 rows. So these are the different values we have in our dataset. Now as usual, to perform the EDN data pre-processing, we are going to first of all print the head. So I am printing df india.head. So I have stored this particular dataset in the variable name data frame is df underscore India. Moving on, with the df underscore dot head we will get the head values of the whole data set. We have date column, time column, state, union territory, confirmed national, Indian nationals, confirmed foreign nationals for getting the COVID cured, death confirmed, and new cases of the COVID virus. Here it's the tail. Then guys, as usual we are going to take the info. Now when we take the info, it will tell us whatever kind of value we have. Now as I have told you, we have 9 columns with 4235 row values, out of which date, time and state union are treated as object right now. So we have to convert these things into numeric or different data structure, date, type, when we use them. Okay, so now guys, here first of all, as you guys can see over here, we have NaN values in our data set. So we removed the NaN values. After this, we here in this particular cell we are removing the non-essential details from the dataset. First is we are removing NaN values, which is done in the first line. Second, we are taking the shape. Third, we are removing the time column, because time column does not exactly pay any kind of information while creating any relationship over here. Then confirm national and confirm foreign national are also removed, because they are not giving any essential information to us. They are not providing any essential information. Once we have deleted these columns, we are going to be left with 6 columns with 4200 rows. So let's say some of the values were present because of these particular columns. They are also removed automatically when we remove those unnecessary columns. Now guys, when we go when you see over this particular data, what you are seeing is that the names are multiplied repeatedly, right? So Maharashtra, Mizoram, Mizoram. So these are some values in which they are saying that the names are multiplying, or multiple times they are repeated or copied. Now when we will perform any kind of analysis on our data set, what is going to happen? Let's say I am trying to plot how many cases are there for COVID, how many cases were cured, how many cases of death are there. Now in this case, when you try to plot or do anything, because of this repetitions, our data will not be processed completely, right? So what we need, since we need these states as per their values, means we cannot, if we convert these states into numeric values, it is not going to essentially do anything. We, since we are doing a representation, since we want to visualize whatever is happening, we need these state names, so can we can process the data much easier. So in order to do that, what we did, we first of all extracted all the state names with unique. So we write df state union territory name with unique is the function to just get all the unique values and then convert it into a list and stored in the state column. So this is what we are doing. So when we do this, we will get all of these values. So starting from Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Gujarat and so on, we have gotten these names that all of these values are present in the particular values. Now as I've told you, what our end goal is, our goal over here is to get to know how many total number of cases are present in which state. So first of all, here we are doing a state wise analysis of the total number of cases, total deaths and so on. So first of all, what I did, we took some variables initialized with the value 0, then we copied our, created a new data frame in which we can collect the, we can accumulate all the information which we have, then taking the state names from the states list which we have created. Now what this list will do, this list will help us to get the state-wise information. So here first of all, I am collecting all the state names. So one state df, we have df India iloc. From here I am selecting the state union column and then the state values are selected from state. So let's say in the first value is Maharashtra. Now because of this line, all the Maharashtra values will be accumulated in one state values. For the first time the loop runs, second time the loop will run, all the Tamil Nadu values will be there. When the third time the loop will run, all the Delhi values, then Gujarat, then Rajasthan, then so on. This is happening in the first row. Now what we are doing, we are just collecting it state wise, all of the values. So here, so that we can visualize this much better. Then we have another data frame, this particular data frame, empty data frame which we created. Here we are concatenating some values. What values we are concatenating? First of all, we are concatenating the data frame which we created from one state data frame which we created in the last line, using all the rows except the last row by transposing it, and then axis over here is 0. So row wise we are collecting all the data in state data frame. Now this state data frame is actually going to help us represent every value state wise. So here what I am doing, at the starting we have the state data frame, empty state data frame. In this I will concatenate the data frame which I will get in the first line state wise. So first of all, I will get the Maharashtra data frame, which Maharashtra set, which I converted into data frame pd.data frame, stored in data frame row wise by performing a transpose of it. After this, we will get the total case values of the confirmed column of one state, cured column, death column and so on. So this is why we use the one state. Now state wise all the values will be there. So total case from Maharashtra, total case from Tamil Nadu, total case from Gujarat, and then at the end of the loop we are adding these values, we are accumulating all the values to get the information across India. So this is the information which we get, that total infected cases India are 1,54,001, total cured are 67,692, total active cases are 8,17,078, total death cases are 4,531. Now guys, this particular data can be represented like this on a pie chart. To make a pie chart like this, we first of all, whenever we create a pie chart, we define certain values. So here we have created the same variables to represent those values. First of all, labels variable is representing the labels which we have. Now we are representing active cases, recovered cases and died cases. Then we need these sizes for these, right? Now corresponding to the labels you have given, we write the same variable names representing those values. So for active we have active cases in India, for recovered we have cured cases in India, for died label we have death cases in India. Three variables which we created last time. Then we created a colors list. The first I have used the numeric display of blue color, then we have green color, then red. You can simply write blue also there. Then explode. This list, guys, is used to get this empty area between the pie charts, this exploding, so that we can see a difference. So for every label we have, every list we have added 0.05 exploding ratio. With this, this small for loop is created for the such, for the same thing, to get the explode for all the labels we have in our data set for the pie chart. Then created a matplotlib figure, plt.figure with figure size 15,6, added a pie chart plt.pie with the first sizes, the values, then labels equal to labels, then auto pct automatic, it will form the size of the labels. Start angle we gave 9, explode we use the explode list, and for colors we use the colors list. So this is what we are trying to get for our pie chart. With this our pie chart will be created. After this, we are making a donut. To make the donut, we are adding a central circle on it. So we write plt.circle, start from 0, 0, go with 0.70 radius, and then the color is white. So with this we are going to get the center circle for the white. Then we created a figure, plt.gcf, added the values artist, we added the values figure.gca, add artist, center circle we are adding on it. So center circle is added on the top of the pie chart which we created with matplotlib. Then we added the title, plt.title, India plus COVID-19 cases, font size 20, axis is equal, and plt.tight layout. With this we get the layout of the complete donut chart which we created. After this, guys, I will show you how to create a Folium geographical map. To get this geographical map, guys, first of all we are going to use the Indian coordinate dataset, which I've told you that we have two datasets. First was containing the cases values of the COVID-19. Second is creating the geographical information of our states and union territories. First of all, we imported the dataset India coordinate PD Excel. It is in Excel format, so we wrote pd.read_excel Indian coordinate .xls is the name. Then when we imported this, guys, the name of the column was a bit different. So the name of the column was name of state dash union territory, but we converted into state union territory to match the previous name which we had in our previous dataset, state union territory. We are just renaming it. So we write coordinate.rename columns. So here we replace it, and in place true means we are doing that in the same place which we originally had. So after converting it, we will get this particular data. So here I have done head to get the head information. Okay, moving on. After doing this, guys, what we are doing is we are removing the essential unnecessary part. So we have over here Indian coordinate. From the names, we are first of all stripping the extra information. Let's say by chance there is a space, there is something unwanted over here. Now the reason for doing this is we are going to compare our Indian coordinate values, all the names like Maharashtra, Andaman Nicobar, Delhi, Gujarat, with the names of the states in the previous dataset which we had. From this, if you remember this dataset, we are comparing just to see whether the values are same or not. If there are something different, we will add them. So here first of all we are setting the value. So we set India record, we are creating a set of the values, get a symmetrical difference with the same thing from the state difference and the value. So first of all we created the got the values from Indian coordinate data frame which I have just created over here. All the state names will be are present over here. Then we did a symmetric difference with the state list which we created previously, state data frame which we created previously in this particular cell. Here we created this particular state data frame. So we are just comparing the names to understand whether the names and the spellings are correct. So we are going to repeat it. Here we saw that, see here we saw that the Gujarat was missing. Since Gujarat was missing, we added the information for Gujarat, right? Then we again compared it. After comparing it, we saw that the union territories are missing. Once as soon as we saw that union territories are missing, we did the same thing, that we added the coordinates and checked the value and added the coordinates. So this is what we are trying to do here. We are trying to find out the difference between the values. For those difference, we are adding those values in India coordinate data frame. Once all of this is added, we at the last we saw that the Lakshadweep was missing. After doing all of this, we merged our Indian coordinate and state data frame which we created the last time. How we did it? We did it on the basis of state union names. So with the state union name, we will add all of this. Now when we add all of this, these values, which the dataset which you are seeing right now, this particular dataset is getting the state names, their longitude and latitude, their dates, and their complete information of cured, dealt, confirmed, and new cases. So this is what we did. First of all, what we are basically trying to do is that we are basically trying to add both of the dataset. First dataset was having the number of cases. Second dataset was having the states information, geographical information. We added both of them. When we were doing this, first of all, we tried to find out what are the missing values, what are the different values. When we found that out, we replaced those missing values. Once doing this, we collected all the values, sorted them out, and got this particular answer with all the information, necessary needed information to create a map. Once we got all of this information, we simply start with our folium. So our first job is to create a folium map. So the background which you are seeing is the folium map which you created. So folium.map, to create a map, location we gave of 2070. Then at the starting there is a zoom start, so where with this you can zoom out or zoom in. So at the starting we are taking zoom equal to 4 means 4 clicks or 5 clicks on the zoom buttons. Tiles, we are using the stem and terrain. So stem and terrain is the same tile which you are getting right now. Okay, on this map, on this folium map, on the background, we are now going to represent our information. So to represent the information, first of all we use a for loop to get the longitude and latitude values from our dataset. So this for loop will go through one by one, go through all the values. What are these values? So first is df full is latitude, then we go to longitude, then we go to confirmed number of cases, then we go to name of the state and union territory. One by one in these variables, these values will be stored. So latitude, longitude, value, latitude, longitude, value, and name is collecting latitude, longitude of a state or a union territory and the confirmed number of cases in that particular area. After this, we are adding circle maker for the same value. So circle maker make the circle for the same latitude and longitude. Radius of the circle will be whatever value you are getting multiplied by 0.015. You can change the value, and with the same value the circle will increase or decrease. Then we are performing a pop-up. This pop-up is when you will click on the map. When you will click in the area, this is the pop-up we are getting. So for the pop-up, this particular area is used, that we are using strong. We can use HTML tagging over here. Strong means bold. State, we have strong. Then we have str, name of the state, Delhi, which is coming below. Then we are doing it in capitalized, means only the first character will be upper keyword, other than all of them will be lower keyword. Then we are creating a BR, strong total cases, and then the number of cases converted into STR. Then we are closing all of this. After doing this, we are telling the color for the circle is red, and fill color is also red, opacity is 0.3, and then all of this is added to map. So this is the map object which we created in the starting, right? After this, we visualize this particular map to get the same answer. The same thing which we did for the this particular map. I don't know why is it not visible. Now here also we are doing the same thing, but this time the tile was different. The tile this time used was stem and watercolor, but it's not visualized. There are different tiles which we can use. Let me show you what different tiles we can use over here. So for a folium map, the tiles which we can use is OpenStreetMap. If you put none to create a tile more advanced. So let's try this OpenStreetMap. Okay, copy. So we can paste over here. OpenStreetMap. Let's see what exactly happens. Okay, so maybe some processing is not done or some value is missing, but yeah, otherwise it will show some background at the end. After this, guys, this geographical map, you can use different values we can configure over here. Now we are visualizing for confirmed cases. You can visualize the same thing for death, you can visualize the same thing for cured, same thing for new cases. Moving on, now let's check the trend of the virus. As you guys can see, and as you guys know, the trend says that the amount of cases are increasing day per day, right? So essentially we all know the information, but still we have to visualize it. So again, now to get this visualization, we are going to do this visualization based on date now. So as I've told you last time, that the date column was taken as the category column. So first of all, we need to convert date into date time, so that our Python program interpreter should understand that we are dealing with date. It's not a categorical value, we are dealing with date. Once we do that, we are saying that we group all the information using the date column, and for all of that, just get these four columns. We do not need the uh, state wise information now, we need for the whole country. So when we do this, we get this particular information where we have date and the information for confirmed, cured, death and new cases in the whole India. Now we are going to plot it. So for this particular plotting, we are using the plotly. It is very good to plot these kinds of data set over here. First of all, as usual, we are going to create a figure for plotly. We add the trace. Now this time we are adding a scatter plot. On this scatter plot, the x-axis is date obviously, and the y-axis is the confirmed amount of cases. Then mode is linear marker. We are using linear marker to show the information, and the name is total cases. Then we added a layout on it. Title of the text is trend of coronavirus in India. Plot color is RGB 230 I am using, so it is making like this background, cross background. Okay, then we show it. So when we show it here, we will get the same output. So this plotly gives us the interactive plot, so that is the reason why we use it. So yeah, moving on, here I am creating another plot. This time the plot color is different. So again, we are using, this time we are using a bar plot, px.bar. Again, we are using the new dataset, date wise dataset. X-axis is date, y is confirmed, color we are using confirmed. So depending upon the total number of value we have in the confirmed column, the color will change. Orientation we are giving vertical, means we need vertical, and height is maximum 600. Then we give the title. Color we are using the same cylindrical colors, like the background is ice fire. So this is what we are trying to show over here with the values of the confirmed column. See, the color will change automatically. The higher you go, the lighter color we are getting over here. Again, for we are updating the layout with the plot background color is the same. So plot background color is essentially the same. Then we put the figure dot show. This is how we show our plotly graph or any kind of plot which you are trying to create. So this was all for COVID-19 visualization project. Thank you guys for joining us on Mentor Buddy. Bye bye, take care.